Good afternoon and welcome back this afternoon. And I'm delighted to be joined with Fergus Murphy here from Akuko. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Brilliant. I'm good, thank you. I'm good. And just before we get started, I wanted to remind people about this platform, and that if anyone wants to contact you afterwards, Fergus, they can find the Akuko profile on the platform here, so you can meet with you and the team. And I should also mention to people that there's a competition running. So the person who makes the most meetings over the last 2 days, well, there's 5 lucky people who will win £50 worth of Amazon vouchers. So good luck to everyone, and make use of the meetings this afternoon. So brilliant. On to today's session, and we're looking at practice management software with vision. And Fergus, I think you're going to talk to us a little bit about Acuitas, a new project, practice management software that's helped optical practices through the pandemic. So I'm going to drop off the camera now, and we'll come back for some questions at the end. But I'm going to hand over to you.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining in, and I was going to take you through a little bit of a story about Akuko itself, our humble beginnings to the journey where we are today, and also to talk some more about our flagship product, really, which is a product called Acuitas, which comes in various shapes and sizes. And I want to just explain to you how it is a solution that can fit any size of an optical practice, business, any sort of optical industry platform. We have a solution that we can plug into. So okay, so some of our mottos in Akuko is to have so these are words we would see all over the building and all over the buildings and shows that we go to. So we believe we have engineering excellence. So we've got a really strong, highly skilled team of professionals, of the developers, professional services teams, implementation teams, which I'll bring you through shortly on that. Everybody in the company is highly committed. They're all highly focused individuals, experts at what they do, and everyone works together for the benefit of the company and for our customers, and for being the best company that we can be throughout the world. The integrity of everything we do is also built in. It's part of the kudos, it's part of the feeling of Akuko, that everything we do it for the right reasons. We do it with the customer in mind. The flexibility is something that I will touch on now as well. So particularly Acuitas is a very flexible product. It's very, very customizable to suit your business, to suit every need of the busy retail practice. And ambition is also, it's everybody in Akuko has an ambitious profile. We always like to strive to be the best. We always like to strive to better ourselves as individuals, to the general well-being of the team and of everybody we speak to, everybody we touch, that we have this drive within us to be as good as we possibly can. So just some stats on Akuko. So at the moment our revenues are sitting at about $42 million. So that's been quite an exponential growth over the last number of years. Obviously COVID has put the brakes on that a little bit, but we were doing really well. And even during COVID, we have actually managed to keep going and to keep the revenues coming in while supporting people as well. So we are number one in the worldwide optical space in retail, EMR is electronic medical records, LMS is lab manufacturing systems, and also lately into the e-commerce space. The ownership of the company is neutral, and at the moment we're in a hyper growth mode. The domain knowledge within the company is huge. Like, we've thousands of years of experience. As a company, we're 25 years in the optical industry. We've 380 employees. That includes 120 developers and 82 professional services engineers. So there's a high emphasis on the development and engineering teams. A breakdown of our offices. You can see we're quite strong in the UK. We've got 3 offices in the UK. The head office is in Ireland. And we have Italy, USA, 2 offices in Canada, China, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands and Belgium, which has been one of our latest acquisitions. We are seen as thought leaders in the industry, and people, we notice when we go to shows, our people are booked well in advance for during the show, for evening dinners, and for just general sessions in relation to the industry. So people do come and ask our opinion, which we're happy to share. Some of the numbers on our customers. So we have about 12,500 sites worldwide, of which there's quite a large amount of this would be based in the UK. We have about 2,000 sites in the UK. So our product offering is, as I touched on briefly, we can go from a single independent to what we call a regional chain, which would be in the 20 to 40 practice region. We have national chains, say the likes of Vision Express use our software, and then we have some global chains that we have touch points with. They can use any aspect of the software. You can use retail, the EMR, which is the optometry side in the UK, lab fulfillment, and the omni-channel business, which is obviously the area of growth at the moment. We've one of the mottos in Okico is on time and on budget deliveries, and we have a proven track record here. That's when we commit to a project, we are very thorough as to timelines as to what needs to be delivered, and we will issue updates on that basis. But our on time and on budget has been something I've personally heard for the last 20 years in Okico. So just some of the milestones in Okico now. So in 1993, it was founded by Leo McKenna, who's still the CEO of the company. He's built it from the very ground up. So we came from one single office in Dublin to the multiple offices that I was showing you earlier on. So in 1997, we merged into ophthalmology. There was a private ophthalmologist in Dublin who had a software company. So he was more focused on his ophthalmology practice. So we actually merged in and took the clinical side, which is why probably Acuitas is very strong from a clinical point of view, because that's where it actually started, and that's been built on over the years as well. So 1999, the Acuitas 1.0 was released, which is always a really nice milestone to hit, to get the first version of your software out into the public domain. And I spoke to the very first customer. I only spoke to him last week, and he's still a customer, and he's still using Acuitas 22 years later. So good to see. In 2005, Vision Express made the decision to join us. They initially purchased the optometry side, and it went really well. So they then branched out into the retail side as well. Also in 2005, there's a management buyout, which enabled us to expand further. In 2006, we acquired a company called Relcon. They were probably our main competitors in the UK at the time, and they had the Focus software, which brought several hundred customers into the Okico estate, and a very welcome addition at the time. Then we acquired a small company called SAS in the UK, and also Innovations in the USA. Innovations in the USA has proved to be a real Trojan horse and has opened many doors for us all over the world. In 2008, we acquired ASP in France and Luna IT, which was an Italian software company. Both very, very welcome and shrewd additions to the company, which are still going to this day. In 2010, through the Luna IT, we secured Samaragi and Vigno joined us then. So that was a major purchase at the time, and they're still with Acuitas today. They're owned by Exotica and Essilor now at the moment. In 2010, we slightly deviated away from our normal business. We took on a pharmacy business in Ireland. They approached us when they saw our optical software and asked, could we replicate that? So that just lasted a couple of years, and then it was sold so that we could concentrate solely on the optical business. So 2011, we had a great year. We had FYI Doctors and Kaiser Permanente in the West Coast of America. Both came on board as customers, and to this day still customers, and really allowed Okico to grow, particularly in the USA and Canada. FYI Doctors are a chain of and 350 stores in Canada. So again, in 2014, there was some refinancing done, which allows us to grow again. And then we done some more acquisitions. As you can see, the acquisitions are happening. Half of our revenues are through acquisitions, and we buy very specific companies usually in the optical retail space that have, we acquire the software products, we acquire their staff, their expertise, and this allows us to grow. And then the other half would be through organic sales, which is all over the USA, Canada, Ireland, UK, everything like that. So we've been going very well with that for the last number of years. Again, 2015, more financing, and then we acquired Retail Planet in the Nordics, which is Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, and there was several software platforms there, and we have aligned them into the Okico estate. In 2016, there was a major refinancing done. It was Wells Fargo in the USA who financed the company. They had a very good software division, and they proved to be an excellent choice of finance partner for Okico. And then in 2016, we acquired a company called B&F in the Netherlands. And again, it was a very strong, very vibrant company, and it was one of our biggest ever acquisitions, and it's thriving to this day. And then we acquired OptiCommerce in the UK in 2018. Like, we always had this vision of the omni-channel and having a very strong unified presence between Acuitas and people's online presence, so that you could actually have your online diary, you could have an e-commerce store that linked directly into Acuitas as well. So that whole area has been very, very vibrant for the last few years, and particularly in COVID, in lockdown, people with the online web stores, the online booking portals, everything like that really were geared up to thrive. And we've had, it kept our sales going last year during COVID. So then, just to give you an idea of our locations globally, we have quite a large footprint now throughout the world. So we have, as you can see, in the United Kingdom, we've got 3 offices. We have Cardiff, which was the head office of the Relcon, of the Focus product. So we kept that, and we've enhanced the office, and we have diversified some staff into development and project management as well. We also have Dudley, which came with we acquired C2020 some years ago, and they were based in Dudley. So again, we kept that office, and that's still going as well. And we have an office in Middlesex as well, which is where the omni-channel side of the company is based. So it's a nice London location, and it's great to have. So Dublin is the global headquarters, which is where I'm based now, and this is the head office where we bring people on a regular basis. So we bring them in. A lot of the development teams and the professional services team are based out of Dublin, and so we bring people in for training, for just getting to know other people and staff. We have a company conference planned for later in the year. Hopefully, with the restrictions, we'll be able to do this, and it's a great time to bring all our colleagues together and get to meet and get to just enhance the Okico culture, So we have other offices then we have in Cremona in Italy, we have the Netherlands. We have 2 offices in the Netherlands and in Belgium. They came into the company through the acquisitions. And then you can see in the Nordics region, we have Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. We have offices in each one of those. Going further afield, we have a lab office in China, which is going really well. We have a great guy called Mark Dolan out there who's doing a great job. He's very unique in his language skills. He's Irish, and he speaks fluent Chinese, so he's a brilliant choice for out there, and he's doing very well out there. So, and then we have a development office in Pakistan, which is a recent addition to the team. And then over on the Americas, we have our lab office is in Florida. So it's based in Largo, Florida, which is a lovely part of the world, and our main lab functions are based out of there. And then in Canada, we have 2 offices, Toronto and Vancouver, which do everything really. They do development, sales, project management, support, everything like that. So say is a good global footprint there. So getting on to Acuitas itself, the actual product. So we've got different variations of the product. The entry level point would be the reception side, which covers the front of practice and back end administration tasks like recalls, like just managing people's to-do lists, and patient records, and just it's a small entry level footprint. It suits some people to have just a basic footprint to allow them to get involved with the software and to maybe with a view to building on. So the next level up, which is very popular, is the optometry suite. So this covers so it covers the medical journey. So it's the medical eye prescription histories. You have checklists. You've got configurable exams. You can link in your ophthalmic equipment and get the readings direct from that as well. So the reception of the optometry is often the starting point for people on their software journey. So they want to cover the front of practice, and they also want to get into adding the optometry records into the system, which allows it to cut down on paper. It also allows the optician to be confident that they're recording, their notes are being properly inputted into the software system, and they're always there to be seen. You can call up the histories, you can call up previous visits, and you can lots of shortcuts around this that you can copy from previous and edit that as well. So opticians really like it because it just allows them to be quite specific and to customize. You can customize a workflow for themselves as well. So the software can actually be tailored to work in the way that they want to do the site test journey as well. So very popular with our customers, and also really useful if there's ever any sort of challenges or anything like that to records. It's always there. There's a full audit trail behind it, so you're covered from every direction. On the retail side, we have, which sits on top of the optometry really. So this is where we have product files. We have a fully loaded product file. We have frames, lenses, sunglasses, contact lenses, any accessories, basically anything you can sell, dispense, order from catalogs is stored on the product file within Acuitas. And we've made huge progress with this lately, with the integration of some of the lens manufacturers with Essilor, Zeiss, Haya. I think Nikon has been done at the moment, so we have quite a few, so we can load the integrated catalogs up, and they're maintained by the companies. So it's just another string to the bow. Imaging. So Okico has the largest footprint of equipment linked in directly into the software. So at the last count, there was almost 800 different links available within Acuitas, from your OCTs, fundus, digital slit lamps, visual fields machines, all of the ophthalmic equipment like autorefractors, lens meters, everything like that can be linked in. Also, the likes of the dispensing aids can be linked in as well. So there's a massive portfolio of imaging equipment that can be linked. So some of the main reasons people would do that would be to just to have everything stored on one database, and also to cut down on paper production. So say like the visual fields machine would print out a paper record, which would have to be normally stored or filed or scanned onto a system. So it just allows everything to exist on the one database. So when somebody in the practice wants to look up an image, you don't have to go to the imaging room, and that you can see this is visible everywhere throughout the practice. So there's many good reasons to link all of the equipment onto the system. And also the manufacturers have recognized this as well, so they come to us to say when they're launching a new product, they want to get it installed and get it linked into Acuitas, so they can promote that to their customers, and we can promote that to our customers as well, and also to get them certified as well that they work and they exist within Acuitas as well. And then we have the omni-channel side, which is again is it's where a lot of the activity is going on at the moment. So you have your your practice is open from 9 to 6 during the day, but by having a proper omni-channel presence, it's open 24/7. So you can take bookings at any time. We've seen the stats. Between 8:30 and 10 p.m. at night time is the peak for online bookings. So it's when people have arrived home after work, maybe had the dinner, looked after the kids for a while. They sit down. Oh, I must book my site test, and they can book it there and then. Which is it's a fantastic way to do it. And it's the way the world is going. Also, people can buy online as well, so they can retrieve their prescription from Acuitas and actually log into the system and fulfill the dispense online in many cases as well. So it's like a seamless journey, whether it's in the practice or online. So we also have other options, and again, this is just to show you that we have lots of different options. We can suit everybody's needs. So if somebody wants they want a cloud-based system, yes, we can give you that. We put the system into our data center, and it's just access via the cloud. Or in some cases, which we still find that the broadband is not good enough to have a cloud-based or a hosted system, we can install it locally in the server client module. So it does still exist. You'd be quite surprised to find some really high-end areas that don't have proper broadband around. So it's nice to have both options available. We also have flexible payment options. You can subscribe to the software. You can do a one-off payment on a license and support basis. So basically, if you want to buy Acuitas, we can tailor the package to suit you. Some of the popular additions to the software that we've done over the last year or so would be EGOS, so the online electronic claims, with all of the validation is done pre-submission. So we're finding that there's almost 100% that there's no exceptions anymore. You don't have to go chasing payments that haven't been made, and it's proven to be a real winner. It took a long time to get to this point, but it's here now, and I think it's here to stay. The online diary, as I've just touched on, it's the must-have item these days. It keeps your diary open 24/7. We find here, and I've seen in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, in Wales, that the governments are giving grants for people to get this type of product into their system. The local enterprise boards are paying people to actually put their businesses online as well, which is great to see. And I think it's been if we can take any positives out of COVID, I think this is one of them. So and then with the requirement to digitize the accounts in the UK, are linked to Sage as being very popular as well. So it just allows you to have a digital accounting solution. That's the accountants really like it, and the opticians really like it too, because it means the accountants can get the information they want very quickly without possibly having to even bother to practice at all. So just to introduce you to a few of the team here in Okico. So we have Shirley Kavanagh, who's the head of implementation. You probably know her from lots of the shows around the UK. She's been 16, 17 years with Okico, and she does a great job knitting everything together, just doing the deliveries, keeping people informed as to how it's going and what's happening. And she sits there and does a great job, and she's doing this all over the world. I don't think there's enough hours in the day for her at the moment, but she does a great job, and we're delighted to have her. And Simon Hurst, who's the senior product consultant. Simon came to us. He's a dispensing optician by his first employment, and he was with the Rayners Group and worked in the back office there. So when Rayners was disbanding, Simon called Okico and came on board with us, and he does mountains of work behind the scenes. He's very knowledgeable about the product, about all the possibilities of dispensing, and he's loves optics, loves Acuitas, and is available to anybody if anyone would like to speak to him. Aaron Pollard is our guy in Dublin who does a lot of the professional services work, does the implementations, does a lot of the work behind the scenes, like when cases need to be escalated to another level. Aaron is the brains behind this. He's again worked his way up through the systems, and he is a very integral part of Okico and has become a daddy for the first time recently. So we're all delighted for Aaron. So when people decide that they want to buy the software, you get a hands-on team, and we have different ways of actually delivering different size projects. So I'm just taking a multi-store rollout here as an example. So we would have a very strong engagement with the customer from the initial sign off. So typically we would go to some of the meetings. We would bring the likes of Shirley and Simon to the early meetings where we lay out the project and we explain to the customer what needs to happen, how it's all going to come together, and the different pieces that need to be done. And we issue kind of updates and tickers along the way, so that people are always informed as to how it's going. So we work with the customer to learn your business processes. So we do understand people do things slightly differently. The core of the product is the same, but it's very customizable, and we can customize that to suit your needs as well. There's a senior PSD engineer assigned to the project early in the process. So the PSD stands for Professional Services Department. So somebody like Aaron or Simon would be assigned early, and they are very hands-on as all the way through the implementation, through the go live, and through the settling in period as well. So if there's a need for the bespoke development, they will track that as well, and also if it's something where specific customization is required, we will just keep an eye on that as well. Then there's a product owner would be administered to the project as well, so that these are the real experts. They're developers. They know the product inside out. They're very project driven. They like to see things being delivered on time, on budget, and they liaise directly between the customer and our own development team. They're really it's a really strong area of Okico at the moment. Any multimedia and documentation, obviously over the years we've built up quite a lot of that, and we have done many webinars that are available on our website. We have documents, particularly with, say, the areas like dispensing, that can be multifaceted really. So we build up the documentation. When we write something for a customer, we write it in a generic mode that it's usable again. So it could be then customized to the customer's needs, and then we make it generic so that we can use it again. The training and rollout pace can be tailored to, you can go as quick or as slow as you want really. We have been known to do 30 to 40 stores a week, and we can also do one a month, or we can do whatever your needs are like. Sometimes the big impact and the big bang is the best way to do it, and gets all the pain over in one go, and everyone's excited and ready to go at that point. So if you have like an IT department and a training function, we can actually we can liaise with them, or we can just do it ourselves. And as I just said there recently, progress tickers are issued on a daily or weekly basis, so everyone's informed. So I just bring to Nishi Maney, who's a long-standing customer, saying, just giving us a little testimonial there. So if there's any questions, you can reach me on the portal here, or if I'm not sure, Nathan, if you want to have any questions now at the moment, or.
Well, yeah, hi, thanks, Fergus. That was great. Yeah, just one question, really, I suppose. Is there a limit on the time of practice size that you work with? Independence, because it could be quite daunting, this subject, for an independent.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. We work with any shape or size of practice. Yeah, we're very happy to sit down and just work through the requirements, and it can be from a very basic footprint to an all-encompassing. So we can give you whatever you want across the board. Yeah, that's no problem.
Fantastic. Okay, we're running a bit short for time, so what I'm going to suggest is, if people want to ask questions to you directly, Fergus, they can contact you on this platform, can't they?
Sure.
If they click, yeah, they can message you on here, or come to your profile, and there'll be members of the team on there as well. So please do that. I put a click the link in the chat if you want to find the profile. But brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Fergus.
Okay.
And yeah, we look forward to seeing you back at the show in January.
Yeah, can't wait. I hope it's best of luck with the rest of the day today. Thanks for everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.